From Seward Stadium, Hofstra University, in Hempstead, New York, Landers Sports Productions presents the LIPA Game of the Week. Today, it's the New York State Class B semifinals. The Yorktown Cornhuskers from Westchester, 17-2, taking on the undefeated Shoreham-Wading River Wildcats at 19-0. Well, hi again, everybody. I'm Barry Landers along with Carrie Cluck under cloudy skies. What should be a terrific game. Shoreham, the defending C champ, Carrie, moved up to the B level, taking on a Yorktown team that has tremendous tradition. Five-time New York State champs, and today Shoreham trying to knock off the Cornhuskers.
Well, they have their streak on the line, Barry. Shoreham coming into this game with a 26-game winning streak dating back to last year, and they are looking to extend on that winning streak in what will probably be a very, very good game.
Last year, it was Comstock that knocked off Yorktown in the state semifinal 5-2. That time, it was a very young Yorktown team. This year, first-year coach Dave Marr, a former Yorktown star, has got a lot more offense this year, and they're going one guy, Matthias McCall, a little sophomore. We remember him as a Smurf last year. He's gotten a little bigger, and he's having a great year.
Well, you talk about a young team last year. McCall certainly, as a sophomore, still very young. He's got great Division I potential, an outstanding little attackman. Grew 3 inches. Fortunately for Dave Marr and this Yorktown team, he is the quarterback of their offense, and he's going to run the show for them back there. It's going to be up to the defense of Shoreham-Wading River to put a little bit of pressure on him, see if they can dominate his size and take him out of his game.
He's had 47 goals, 44 assists. He is a player to be reckoned with. On the other side, of course, this very strong Shoreham-Wading River team, loaded offensively, very impressive performances in the playoffs, Kerry, beating a strong Lynbrook team. They've dominated in the playoffs, and they've got a terrific attack led by Mark Warner.
Well, Mark Warner, the All-American, Barry, and he has shown why he is an All-American. He is also the quarterback of their offense. He will run the show for the Wildcats. He has got great vision. He's got over 90 points on the season. He's having a great playoffs, as an All-American should. He steps up when he has to. He's strong. He's tough. He goes to the cage. He's got a great shot. He is going to be very critical to the success of the offense of Shoreham as they look to extend on that winning streak.
Well, goaltending will be very important, and Yorktown has a terrific goalie heading to Cornell. He'll be tested by the Shoreham offense. Should be a great one. And our colleague Greg Schultz back to chat with the coaches. We return to Hofstra on the LIPA Game of the Week.
So, what can we do to state semifinal game? Yorktown taking on Shoreham-Wading River. I'm here with Coach Dave Marr of Yorktown Huskers. Coach, your team comes in here 17-2, a 14-1 victory in your last playoff game over Glen Falls. A kind of a tune-up for this game. You feel like your kids, you get a young team. Are they ready for this undefeated team in Shoreham-Wading River?
Yeah, we got a good mix of sophomores and seniors, a couple juniors mixed in there. Yeah, I think we're ready. We've been working since last year. Our loss to Comstock was a little disappointing, and we're working hard all year to come back for this game. And Shoreham's an excellent team. They're undefeated, so just go out there and leave it on the field, see what happens.
You were a young team last year when you played that Comstock team. A lot of those kids are here today. What's the difference between last year and this year, the team, some of the improvements they've made?
Yeah, we have a couple, they played on the team as freshmen last year, Matthias McCall and Paulie Sinovica, and they're big parts of our team. They've just got a little bit more mature, grown up a little bit, gotten a little more physical, a little more confidence, and they've stepped forward and played real well for us. So it should be nice. We got a bunch of seniors, too, who really didn't play much last year that really have stepped up over the past year and contributed a lot.
Matthias McCall, outstanding sophomore, has been quite a talent for you guys. Yep. You got him for 2 more years. Talk about the play he's contributed.
He's just a tremendous lacrosse player. He's righty-lefty. He's got good eyes. Sees the field very well. Knows the game of lacrosse. I've known him since he was a little guy in 5th grade. Coach's brother Mike's down in North Carolina now, and he just loves to play the game. He should do well.
Talk about the Shoreham-Wading River team, defending state champs. Have you a chance to get to see them play this season?
Yeah, we scrimmaged them early in the year in Northport, and we had a good contest with them early. They're very well coached, and their coaching staff is excellent, and you can see in the kids they're very patient, very methodical about what they do, and they're a very good team. It's going to be a big task to beat them.
Any keys to the game you're looking for out of your team?
Ball control. Obviously, getting the ball is important, and having the ball against this team, because if they get it, they usually take some time and really wear on your defense, and hopefully we can turn the tables on them and get it for them as well.
Okay, Coach. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Dave Marr, as we get set. I'll be back with the head coach of Shoreham-Wading River, Tom Rotans, when we return here at Stewart Stadium.
I love
Hofstra University. I'm here with head coach Tom Rotans of Shoreham-Wading River. Coach, your team is undefeated, defending state champs. Formula of success for you guys has been a patient offense and a great defense. 3 goals average the last 2 games. team's pretty confident coming into this one?
Yeah, we're just concerned with, like always, winning the face-offs, controlling the ball on offense, and just going after every ground ball. We figure if we can get the ground balls, we can control it on offense, things will happen. We hope. It's a very good team today.
Now you saw this team, you scrimmaged them earlier in the season.
Yeah.
What'd you take away from that? Some of the kids you looked for that are talented on Yorktown.
They're very good attackmen. They have some couple of middies that are very, very talented. So it was early in the season. I think it was our second weekend of scrimmaging, so lots happened in the last 3 months.
Looking for another state championship. You lost one game last year, undefeated this year. Be a nice way to top it to go to win this one and head up to Syracuse maybe for another chance, undefeated season and a state title.
Well, we're just worried about today. We don't look past anyone. This is we respect every opponent. Very good team, and we just if anyone in our program talks about the game after, they're benched. I mean, we're very nervous and concerned. The kids are focused today.
That's good. Keys to the game, Coach. I know ground balls face-offs always important. Conzello will be taking your face-offs. He's done a great job all season long. Expecting more of the same from him?
Yeah, I think we have Michael and Kevin Understein on the wings, and they're just they're rats. I mean, they just get every ground ball out there. So I think if the ball bounces our way, we can control the ball early. Hopefully we can make a statement. But this is Yorktown's a great tradition, and they have some really, really quality players.
Okay, Coach, thanks a lot and good luck. Coach Tom Rotanz, as we get set, the Class B state semifinal here. Shoreham-Wading River taking on Yorktown. Opening face-off is coming up here on Telecare.
Barry Landers along with Kerry Gluck, joined by Alan Hodish of the Long Island Metropolitan Lacrosse Foundation, former Hempstead outstanding coach. And both teams on the field, Kerry, lining up as the officials are out there. We've got referee Andrew Martinez, umpire Ed Schreiber, field judge Chuck Murray, and the box operator John Keenan. On paper, this one figures to be a pretty even match. Of course, Shoreham has demonstrated moving up from C to B that they can play with the B-level teams, and Yorktown comes in with a record of 17-2, having lost to Darien and Suffern. Of course, they've got the great tradition under Jim Turnbull, and then later under George Searing, who coached at Northport for a while, John Nickel, and of course Dave Marr, his first year coaching the club, former Yorktown star and Johns Hopkins star. He feels this club has been coming on late in the season.
Well, they have. I mean, you talk about coming on late in the season in the playoff games, Barry. They have scored 54 goals in their 4 games. That's 13 goals they've scored on an average, and have only given up 3.
Right off the bat, Yorktown trying to control off the face-off. They shot and a score by the long polar Tris Sillis as he beats Matt DeMarco. Sillis, a senior going to Fairfield, stuns Shoreham-Wading River early in the game.
Well, it only took them 10 seconds for Sillis to come up with the ground ball. He beat one stick, and then he was in on the goal, and he took a very good shot with that pole. He is their long pole midfielder, and they usually use him out on the wing to come up with the ground balls, and he did what he's supposed to do off that one.
Well, Kerry, he did a great job against Rabidou, the terrific player we'll see later from Somers in a previous game. Totally shut him out, and he's a guy that we'll be watching carefully. Off this big face-off right now, Paul Santavica coming up with the face-off as his teammate Rob Lensett, the 41-goal scorer, has it for Yorktown. So this was a team that held to just 2 goals last year. Right off the bat, carrying the first 10 seconds here. They lost 5-2 to Comstock. They're on the board early here.
Well, you know what? It's the face-offs right from the start. We know how important face-offs can be, Barry. Conzello, who has dominated face-offs throughout the year, has lost the first 2. Which, if that's any indication of how tough this Yorktown team is, and look at that again, Conzella getting beat, Santavica going right to the cage, taking that left-handed shot, and within a matter of under a minute, Yorktown jumping off to a 2-goal lead, stunning the Wildcats.
Well, Gonzella, normally a Fogo, a guy couldn't get off the field. They couldn't get their defensive midi on to play him. At Santavica, a sophomore, at 5'6", 145 with a real strong shot, Alan Hodish.
Absolutely, well-placed shot, and I think Harry hit it on the head. Face-offs, face-offs, face-offs. Well, here we go. They have a face-off now going to Shoreham-Wading River. Let's see what the Wildcats do.
Kevin Understein brings it down. So here's a team that held Lindbergh to 3 goals in 48 minutes, Kerry, and already they've given up 2 goals to Yorktown, averaging 11, which is not a huge number, but giving up just 5. And of course, the Shoreham team averaging close to 15 goals and giving up about 5 against their opponents this year.
Well, so defensively, they're both giving up very stingily only 5 goals. Now, again, an important possession, I think, for the Wildcats, just to be able to establish something against Yorktown's defense.
And for Yorktown, a real big psychological lift, Kerry. They have an All-American goalie. We didn't talk about in the open, Ethan Vetter, who's going to Cornell. He was an all-section player, an excellent stopper, and that could be very important. Shoreham-Wading River and Emily, a good shooting team. They take good shots. We saw that. They moved the ball effectively against Lynbrook the other day. So right now, Town 2, they've got to show some patience. They haven't been behind by many times in the last year or so.
Absolutely, you're right. They haven't been behind, and now that they are, they're going to have to take excellent shots against Vetter. Like that bounce shot was on the stick side. Now, Vetter's a left-handed goalie. Shoreham's have to adjust to that and throw it to the off-stick side in order to be able to capitalize. Vetter, the All-American, he has been very good out of the cage.
Kevin Understein with that last shot, and now they'll set it up here. Yorktown with a 2-0 lead. 2 quick goals. We played just a little more than 2 minutes in the opening quarter, and they'll work it outside. Rob Lenseth going to Navy Prep, number 20, 41 goals, so he is a very tough guy to defend, a very hard shot. This is Santa Vica, who scored earlier, matched up against Understein, one of the Understein twins. Kevin is 7 and Michael is 5. Now this is Matthias McCall, who we highlighted, another good-looking sophomore. So it's a very young team in many ways, as Lenseth, the senior, gives it up. This is Doug Brown, number 15. He has 20 goals, a senior going to Notre Dame. Probably will be a walk-on there. But Yorktown being patient against this tough Shoreham-Wading River defense. A defense that we were very impressed with, Kerry, when we saw them play against Comstock. And now we get a flag, and it looks like a first penalty of the game is going to go against Dave Hennessy, the long pole Shoreham midfielder.
Well, Hennessy caught on the slash. You don't want to be in that position right now if you're Shoreham. You're down 2 goals quickly, and now you're going man down against this pretty good offensive team from Yorktown. So this is a big decision here for the Wildcats to come up with this stop here on this extra man situation for the Huskers.
Shoreham coming off victories over Sayville, 14-6. We'll get back to that later. But let's see what they set up here, Alan, offensively.
Yeah, they're in a 3-3 to start.
And they'll work it back outside. They've got some cannons. We told you about a couple of guys who like to get shots. Gleason blocking that shot, taken in tight that time. And we'll get restart here as Rob Lenseth took that shot.
Yeah, it looks like they're just staying in a pattern as opposed to a play, Barry. They work in a high crease, 3-3. Now they're cutting still into 3-3, and now it looks like they're going to go into some type of play, trying to sneak. And
ball bounces away, and Gleason's got it. The big guy who's done such a terrific job the last 2 games defensively. He cheap clears, and way out of the net. Vetter will watch this one go out of bounds. That stops the clock with 8:32 to go. It'll still be Shoreham ball, Lynbrook. It'll still be the ball of Yorktown, as they have the same colors as Lynbrook, don't they, Kerry?
Well, the green jerseys do match up. But again, I like the way Vetter comes out of his goal, Barry. He gives a lot of direction as we're watching the extra man work for the Cornhuskers.
They swing it on the near side, and that is Tommy Dooley. His brother, of course, was a star player here at Hofstra, and now they work it downfield. And I believe the teams are all even right now as they work the ball down. So good job by Gleason initially, cheap clearing, and let's see if they can get Mark Warner going here. Warner against 44 Steve Setembrino, a 5'10 junior all-sectional defender. Ryan O'Connor, 31, and Tim McCall are the other defenders. So they go with 2 juniors and 1 senior on that close defense for Yorktown.
Now, I like the matchup of Setembrino against Warner. That's going to be key, I think, today, Barry, as we're seeing the poll that young junior all-section going against the All-American.
Here's Warner coming off some great games. Up top now, that's Jerry, who's had some good games. Understein got a short stick on him, it takes it, bounce shot, and they have backup. It'll still be their ball.
Understein did the right thing, took the short stick, went to the cage. Didn't get a real good shot off, I didn't think, Barry. Not a strong shot with not a great angle either, but still possession for Shoreham. See what they can do here.
Now that horn allows Yorktown to get their defensive middies on. Riley Alford, 17, and number 30, Sean Myers, joined Chris Sillis, who stunned everyone with a goal right off the bat with the long pole. Here's Warner. Swings it behind now to Kevin Understein. Understein's got the short stick on him. That's again a matchup they want. Gets a pick. Now rolls inside. Warner coming around the cage. He's a good left-handed shooter. Swings it behind the cage right now to Lynch, Patty Lynch. Off to Understein. A lot of movement off the ball, which is what you want. Jerry now backs it out. Trailing 2-0. Jerry sweeps to his right. Gets the shot, but misses the cage.
Yeah, again, I like Shoreham-Wading River. They take their time, have a lot of poise, very well coached offensively, a lot of guns, but make each possession count.
And Jerry will put the ball in play. No, check it, it's Warner. Warner against Sedembrino, who's their best defender, and he draws a penalty. So they'll have a free shot here. Warner takes the bounce shot, and it bounces over the head of Jerry. And now it'll be up to Shoreham-Wading River, who've done very well man up this year, Kerry. About 45%. They'll have the extra man here with 6:17 to go in the opening quarter. And the Wildcats trailing Yorktown 2-zip.
Well, I think this is a big, again, extra man. Warner taking that left-handed shot. Didn't really get a lot on it as we go into the extra man situation. Big, I think, because right now they've got to take a good shot on Vetta to be able to beat them, and they can't just shoot without some high percentage looks.
All right, they work it around right now. This is Warner. They want to get Ferrara, who's got that great cannon of a shot, involved. He's in the crease right now. Now Warner swings it on the right side. Back to Warner. He'll crank it wide. They head back up with 5:48 to go and still a man up. As in the box right now is Tim McCall, one of their starting defenders. So Michael Understein gives it to Ferrara. Ferrara's got that blistering shot. Takes it, hard shot, but he put it right in his stick.
Again, lefty goalie. They put it on the left side of the goalie. They got to adjust. They got to start shooting off stick side. Otherwise, they're going to make Vetta not only look like an All-American, they're going to make him look all-world.
Yeah, well, he just threw the ball away. That Vetta had a chance here to, get his team out of this difficulty. But here they come again, Shoreham-Wading River. They still have time on the man up.
So the bad clears. The whistle will allow both teams to make changes here. Shoreham-Wading River doesn't go to their second midfield very often. They basically go with Jerry out there with Ferrara. Most of the time they stay with those two, and John King will see some time along with Dale Passatelli. Now back to Ferrara. Teams are all even right now. Kevin Understein. Now to Warner. Unlike in the past, when at least the Suffolk teams played the Long Island Championship here, this is the first chance as Understein gets in tight but gets checked and couldn't get anything going there. Good job that time by the defense, Kerry.
They did a very nice job, I thought. Number one, I thought they did a very good job killing off the penalty. And then number two, I think Silas, again, the pole midfielder for Yorktown, who got them off to the fast, quick start, did a nice job on Unterstein on that last inside roll.
So here's Rob Lenseth giving the ball up, and once again, Shoreham-Wading River will get the ball. So 2 possessions right now, Alan, and Shoreham gets the ball back.
Yeah, again, they have not valued the ball. They have the lead now, and a little bit of momentum. 1 goal here, and that'll change very quickly.
Here's Jerry bringing it down. Shoreham, the defending C champion, beat Skaneateles, beat Cold Spring Harbor on this field last year. The point I was going to make, Kerry, is that first time, of course, for both teams playing on this field now. As Warner had a short stick on him. Up now to Ferrara, had it blocked. Good job by Sedembrino, blocked that one. That one ripped wide.
You know what, Mike Understein, he'll want to have another opportunity to think about that shot because he had an open cage there that he just put high, and that's a goal you can't give up in this game.
Again, you're facing a quality goalie, and Vetter is the fastest player on the team, Kerry, so he's a guy that will clear the ball. Got to be very careful. Here's Ferrara up top, swing it on the wing. 23 is Sheknowski, who's out there right now. He's had a couple of huge goals in the playoffs. Lee Sheknowski had 3 against Lynbrook. Now ISOing behind. Here's Kevin Understein. Understein cut off. Good defense here. And he'll reset as he goes back outside. What do you like about the Yorktown defense so far as Ferrara sweeps to his right, takes the shot, and will have backup?
I thought the midfielder, Sean Myers, did a very good job staying with people. Shoreham-Wading River gets very good spacing. As you indicated, the attackman was Unterstein coming around trying to get an ISO. But
here's Warner getting in tight, and we get a flag called on the play.
Well, they're going to call the I think a high hit. Up high, yep, that's what the call is. A 1-minute penalty against, again, Yorktown. Now, last opportunity that Shoreham had, extra man, they weren't able to capitalize on it. They still haven't been able to put up anything on the board as we're down to almost 3 minutes left in this first quarter, Barry. So, again, they wanted to take away some momentum, but I like the fact that they are possessing the ball at this point for the better part of this quarter, despite the fact that they're down two goals.
Remember, they gave up the 2 quick goals, and they've had possession. It's a warm day out there. And Yorktown, in great condition, could possibly be wearing down. Here's Understein. Off on the wing, Sheknowski throws it to Warner. Recovered by Mike Understein. Up to Farrar with that hard shot, got it blocked. Good job that time by the defender, Riley Alford, who is a short stick midi normally, but playing out there right now, doing a good job blocking. On the wing now to Warner. One of the things Dave Marr told me is that he really likes his defensive midfield. They've done an excellent job. Here's Sheknowski playing at X. Given room, the defender hung up on the crease that time, so Sheknowski could have had all day to make a play there. But right now they were looking for that perfect shot here. Time running down on the extra man. Here's Ferrara, cut off. That time a good job by Ryan O'Connor playing him 31, challenged him. And he didn't give him any space carry to get that crank shot off as Warner plays it now outside.
Yorktown defense again killing off the penalty, and Vetter again coming up with the save. Last time he threw it away. This time he makes a good little outlet pass, but he throws it to his pole, I believe. That was number 44, no, his Steve Settembrino. And again, under pressure, they turn it over, and it'll be the Wildcats' ball.
Good job on the ride by Kevin Understein to force the turnover.
Yeah, they do a very good job, Shoreham. Goalie Vetter is excellent in the cage. Maybe a little nervous, but hasn't really come up big out of the cage yet in terms of clearing the ball.
1:45 to go, first quarter. In case you're just tuning in, Yorktown with an early 2-0 lead. Here's Jarry sweeping to his right, has room, bounces that one, and that one trickles with the out of stick chasing the ball. It goes out of bounds. And it's still going to be Shoreham-Wading with a ball. They say deflection.
Yeah, it's exactly correct. They're going to keep it in Shoreham stick. The Yorktown coach is wondering, why is it not our ball off the shot?
And right now, Sheknowski to play it.
Yeah, I think what happened, he dropped the stick. You can't play without a stick, and so the call went Shoreham's way.
Sheknowski check Ferraro, and that time he comes up big. Ferrara had the goalie down, and Vetter, who's 5'11", came up with a big save. First huge save of the game for Vetter there, Kerry, as they work it behind right now. Understein into a double, lost the ball. Yorktown being pressed. Here's Warner, and they have given them some trouble. Ooh, and Vetter comes out with the ball. We told you he's got the great legs here. 54 seconds to go, and Vetter, the lefty, makes a nice pass downfield, finds his teammate, Bobby Catala. The defender, Gleason, fell, and Catala will take it behind.
Well, again, I like the way Vetter comes out of his cage, Barry. He really gets him into transition. He releases the ball very nicely. And even at this point where they're playing the 6-on-6 at the other end, Vetter well out of his cage, always talking to his defense.
Santa Vica will swing the ball to the far side. You remember this team held Comstock to just 5 goals last year, played that slow-down game. So they traditionally have been a fine defensive team. Ball checked, good job by Gleason, but it's recovered down to 12 seconds to go. Bobby Catala with 24 goals gets in, got checked. The loose ball picked up and fired wide by Tommy Dooley, the 5'4" sophomore who has 28 goals, and 15 of those carry in the last 5 games.
Well, he is really smoking in the playoffs, Barry, as this first quarter is going to come to a close.
And an interesting first quarter, Alan Hoden.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. Shoreham-Wading River is going to have to get going here, but I look forward to a good second quarter. They're a very strong team, so we'll see what happens here.
All right, that's the story at the end of one. Right now, Shoreham-Wading River holding a 2-0 deficit that they've got to come back on, Kerry, and we'll return with more after these messages.
Athletes, are you ready to have...
Around Metropolitan Lacrosse Foundation, and coming up on June 14th, next week, big events, Jamboree at SUNY Farmingdale. Sponsored, of course, every year by the Long Island Metropolitan Lacrosse Foundation. This year, Warrior Lacrosse coming in as a big booster. And tell us about it, Alan.
Yeah, Warrior has done a great job. They're taking care of a lot of the incidentals, uniforms, that type of thing. Boys and girls, ages 8 to 20. Some of the special treats that we'll have be Team USA, the under-19 team, the Empire States, and of course our youth from Nassau PAL and also Suffolk County.
Come on down. Very minimal admission for a great day of lacrosse down there. Off the transition, Santa Vica. And they'll work it down low, but another error as they turn the ball over. Not a good pass that time as Yorktown turns the ball over there. And it was number 9 that time, Matthias McCall, normally a very sure-handed player. Kerry made a bad pass on the fast break opportunity.
Well, I think he heard footsteps. I think he felt the pressure, so he hurried his pass, and that's why it went awry. But again, Yorktown winning that face-off, Barry. That's 3 out of the 4 they've won.
Intercept the clearing pass here, and now they'll look to get going once again. So one of the few mistakes Shoreham's made in clearing the ball as they work it outside right now. With it, number 30 is Sean Myers, a defensive player. And now number 20, Rob Lenseth, as they get their offensive midfield on the field right here. And we'll re-identify him for you. McCall taking a short stick, Jerry. Nice feed, but it's ripped wide, a little in tight. Tough angle for Tommy Dooley to shoot and get that on the cage.
Yeah, but it was really a great feed, I thought, by Matthias McCall, finding Dooley, cutting down, takes that shot with his left hand, just puts it wide of the cage. But he was going to the right spot. He was looking to go to the off-stick side, going to that far net.
Shoreham gets their defensive midfield in. Mike Quipone, number 20, checking in with Rick Hancock and Dave Hennessy. And this is a big boy, Catala, going to give against Gleason, 6'3", 200 pounds. Two very big boys. Gleason, of course, 6'4", 235. Did a fine job against Mike Gongas, the All-American from Comsuag, who was selected on the Newsday All-Long Island team. Here's the speedy Santa Vica. Cut off. Good job by Hancock, 22, to get over there. Santa Vica retains possession, whips it in behind. Catala, feed on the crease, and a quick stick shot, and a score that time for Doug Brown. Doug Brown gets his 21st goal of the year. The senior, 2-year starter, comes up with a big goal.
Well, you know what? Catala's at 6'3". He's got great size. He can really see over most defensemen. He finds Doug Brown with that shot, and I like the way Brown took that shot. They say he's a late bloomer. He's been coming on, and he certainly showed it right there. That was a well-placed shot. He's got an excellent placement on that shot to give them that 3-goal lead, Barry. That's, as you said, Brown's 21st goal of the year.
Generally a guy who cuts well, moves without the ball well, and he did that right there. And now Shoreham digging themselves a little hole here, losing 3-0 early here in the second quarter. Shaknowski, that was a big face-off win for them, Alan Hoden.
Yes, it was. I think Yorktown has Shoreham-Wading River's attention at this point in time.
Here's Understein with it, Alan, and Kevin throws it to his brother Michael. The twin brothers working behind the cage now. Michael's got to try to work his way back out. Has Chris Silas on him, the guy who scored the first goal. Understein now drives behind. Goal line extended, gets inside with a nice roll, gives it back up to his brother. But Kevin challenged, didn't get the shot off there quickly, Kerry. And now the pass in behind the goal. Here's Warner. Got the defender almost hung up there. Warner coming around. Well played by Settabrino. McCall defending right now, number 5. Jerry from a very tough angle, shot it wide. Did they have backup? Let's see. No, yeah, one official was saying 1, and now it will still be, I believe, Shoreham ball.
Yeah, Shoreham ball. I like when Shoreham goes behind with Warner. He's got a good ability to roll off. Maybe should have shot the last time rather than passing that one. But look for him to continue to exploit.
Settembrino was a little erratic last year, has turned into a terrific defenseman, playing, of course, against the All-American Warner here. Warner coming out, he likes the left hand, he's predominantly lefty. Now looks to settle it. Now to Michael Understein.
Well, Settembrino, I think, doing a very good job on Warner right now. He's not really giving him much as we see the inside roll by Unterstein dumping off back again to Warner. They look for each other very well. A little bit of a switch on the defense now as McCall picks up Warner.
Back up top to Jerry. Giving room. Got a short stick on him. 8:35 to go, second quarter. Shoreham, a team averaging almost 15 goals a game, shut out so far. Here's Mike Understein.
Nice feed, and they score! Shaknowski off the beautiful feed from Mike Unterstein, and Shaknowski, who's been red hot in the playoffs, comes up with his 30th goal of the year.
That was a nice goal. I like the fact the way they moved the ball, did Shoreham, and that was an excellent cross-cage feed made by Unterstein, and Unterstein found Shaknowski open on the doorstep as he was right on the crease with that cross-cage feed.
So Lee Shaknowski, the kid who has no fear, very good in tight, is involved in that motor bike accident, has come back, the kid who won the Courage Award.
Absolutely, and he's showing a lot of poise. But what I think is real important is that that's the kind of shot you got to get against Vetter.
Gonzella wins the faceoff. Quickly they work it down low,
And Shaknowski scores, and a penalty after the goal.
And Senabrino called for the penalty. I think it's going to be a late hit against Yorktown. Now we've got momentum. Shoreham's got those last 2 goals. With Gonzella winning the faceoff, which was critical. He hasn't done it really dominating as much as he did earlier in the year. Won that one, comes down, they score off the faceoff, and you get the 1-minute penalty now called against Yorktown. 2 goals in a matter of seconds and a man-up play.
Well, can momentum change quickly, Alan Hodish?
Yeah, as quickly as Yorktown had the first 2 goals, that's as quick as Shoreham's gotten their first 2 goals. Again, face-offs, Gonzella, excellent job. That's what spurred that last goal. And they have another chance for another goal here with the man-up situation.
All right, we've got a game on our hands. Bert Cunningham from LIPA, our good friend, has joined us in the booth, and he'll be a guest coming up at halftime. And we invite you to stay tuned for Bert's comments. He knows the sport of lacrosse. His daughter was a terrific player at Loyola. And, by the way, we'll be getting married this year as well. Congratulations to Hillary. Now they swing it around the near side as Shoreham-Wading River has come back from the 3-0 deficit. Got the extra man here, and they're very good on it. So far, they're looking to cash in for the first time. Ferrara, down low, underside, nice inside, roll! And we're tied at 3.
Well, just very simple as that. Chris Sillis, the defender on the man down, just overplays Unterstein, and Unterstein with that nice little move gives a little stick fake and beats Sillis, and he's again right in close. All the goals that they've scored on Vetter have been right off the crease area, and as Shoreham goes with the in close shot, they're going to beat Vetter.
Alan, picture perfect on that one.
Yeah, Shoreham has some excellent dodge, a great dodge. Again, you dodge to get your hands free. He certainly got him free. Stick fake and put it in. We're tied.
Gonzella off the draw, wins it nicely. Back to Michael Unterstein. And here come the Wildcats from Shoreham-Wading River. Unterstein will take it behind. Picked up by number 20. And he'll work the ball in behind against Rob Lenseth. He's got the short stick on him. Unterstein looking. Twin brother, of course, Kevin. Shaknowski up top to Ferrara. Jerry. Again, we saw this patience the other day, Kerry, against that tough zone defense of Lynbrook. So they move the ball well, Shoreham-Wading River. They're an excellent passing team. And under Tommy Rotance, they've taken a lot of patience. And that time, unfortunately, they throw it away, but hustle to pick it up. Here's Michael Unterstein with it.
Well, again, they do show a lot of poise, a lot of patience. Even when they were down by 3 goals, they still maintain that same kind of discipline, which is very important, that you don't get rattled even though you were trailing. And that's a sign of a real good team. That's a sign of a championship team.
Now the Unterstein brothers swing it. Jerry into Shaknowski. We're down to 6.5 minutes ago, almost midway through this second quarter. Barry Landers along with Kerry Gluck, Alan Hotish from the Long Island Metropolitan Lacrosse Foundation. Michael Unterstein nicely wing it on the wing, and the shot whistled wide that time, taken by number 25, Eric Jerry, who's chipped in nicely with 4 goals in the playoffs and has 20 goals so far in the year. So a lot of weapons out there. All 6 of their offensive players, Kerry, can score. And Jerry loses the ball but recovers it. Checked hard, that time by the defensive player as they battle for the ball. It's recovered by Shoreham-Wading River. Shoreham-Wading River has had possession, Kerry, about 75% of the time, and that has to wear down the defense. And it is a hot afternoon out there as Jerry goes to his left.
Well, I think you're right. It eventually will take its toll. I don't think at this point in the game yet, defense being wearing down, it's really not all that humid or that hot. But certainly, if it continues, that defense is going to tire.
Nice feed, and Warner denied Alan Hodish. Didn't get a whole lot on that shot, but Vetter made a good save.
Yeah, Warner picked the spot. The fenceman turned his head. He made the move, and they found him, and a good save.
Here is Lenseth now on the clear. In case you're just tuning in, Yorktown stunned Shoreham-Wading River, getting two very quick goals, one right off the face-off by a long polar. And they led it 3-0, and now looks like we're going to get a timeout taken by first-year coach Dave Marr. We've got a timeout, 5:02 to go here in the first half, and it's a good one. The battle for the New York State Class B semifinal is right now deadlocked at 3. We'll be back in just a moment on the LIPA Game of the Week. Hofstra University, 3-3 is our score, 5:02 to go here in quarter number 2. And right now, Yorktown with the ball. They had an early 3-0 lead, and they have seen that lead evaporate. And they've had very few possessions, Kerry, because Shoreham-Wading River has dominated possessions, but right now they'd like to work that defense a little bit and give their defense a chance to rest a bit.
Well, right, exactly. The possession here by Yorktown is important for that fact, if nothing else, to give their defense a chance to get a breather, because they've really been playing a lot of defense.
That loose ball picked up and rifled wide by Rob Lenseth, who's a very good split dodger, has a hard shot. He goes to low-high on his shot, Kerry, and straight overhand shot, and that time had a good opportunity.
Well, he absolutely did. For a guy who's got 41 goals, I didn't like the way he took that. He took that a little side arm, which is why he put it wide. And had he taken it the way he customarily does overhand, I think he would have scored a goal. As we see flags fly, extra man situation, I think, for the Cornhuskers.
Santa Vica will draw the penalty against Shoreham-Wading River, and that'll be a one-man opportunity here, as Shoreham will be shorthanded. And big opportunity as Jerry heads off right here. And right now, Shoreham will be down a man, and an opportunity right now for, not checking, it's going to be 44 heading off, and it's Dave Van Voigt, one of their starting close defenders. So let's see what Yorktown does on this extra man, Kerry, is to try to regain the lead and regain a little momentum.
Well, last time they went extra man, they started off in a 3-3 set, and they looked to come around with the sneak. This time they go in a 1-3-2 set. Right now, moving the ball just around the perimeter to get the defense moving and see if they can catch any cutters.
Working it behind right now. This is Tommy Dooley. Checked by Gleason. Gleason trying to hustle to recover the ball, and it is going to roll out of bounds, so it will be back in the hands of Yorktown. Liam Gleason going to Adelphi, and they are going to get a real good one there, Kerry.
Yeah, I like the way Liam Gleason has played the last couple of games, Barry. He's done a very good job defensively when they played Lynbrook, as well as when they played earlier on in the finals.
Did a good job against two tough scorers, Gongas and Doniger, two of the premier scorers in Long Island lacrosse. Penalty still in effect. Chaknowski was in the box, about ready to come out, and that one way up top. Santa Vica. Catala teams are all even right now. Lenseth looking for space, shot it wide, and you saw DeMarco come out to try to cut the angle down there.
And it was a good play by DeMarco. I think he's an excellent goalkeeper as well. He is all county, but he also plays very tough between the pipes. He doesn't give away a lot. And again, Lenseth not taking his normal characteristic overhand shot, dropped the head of the stick, went underhand on that one, and wasn't on goal.
He's carried the team in the playoffs. Has had 5 goals against John Jay. And right now, Gleason trying to clear, does the smart thing, finds his open teammate Hancock on the far side, and they're going to get Fayette to advance right here, Kerry, so they give it up.
Too lackadaisical, I think, by the Shoreham defense. I think they have to clear that ball just a little bit more effectively against the ride.
So Catala will put the ball in play with under 3 minutes to go in this low-scoring chess match between these two teams. And as expected, Alan, close game.
Yes, Kerry was just talking about the ride. What they did, they took the goalie out and made them Shoreham make that long pass, and again, too much time.
Lenseth on the far side, played by Understein, playing with a long stick. Kevin Understein playing as a defensive midi. Feed on the crease on the cutter, and that shot goes wide. Initially, Doug Brown, number 15, got the shot, but Dooley taken down as he got the shot off on the last opportunity.
That was a nice little opportunity there. I thought Dooley had the good look at the cage. I thought he was going to finish that one, put it up high. I thought it hit off the pipe. I wasn't sure, but it looked like it ricocheted off the pipe as he was going high on DeMarco.
Well, his brother Scott was a fine player here at Hofstra. His brother Brian is a coach as well. So we are deadlocked at 3 apiece. 2:17 to go in the first half. We'll be back on the LIPA Game of the Week after these messages.
Hey, kids! Be electric smart. Take these lessons to your heart. Be smart. If your feet are wet, it's a pretty safe bet. You don't want to use your hair dryer. Be smart. If you overload your outlets with too many plugs, watch out, because you're going to start a fire. Be smart. Keep kites away from overhead wires. Never touch a line when it's on the ground. Be smart. Don't ever touch metal to the thunderstorm cells. These tips will keep you safe and sound. Make safety first every day. Say Lacrosse.
Today's game is brought to you by J.P. Morgan Chase, proud sponsor of high school sports on Telecare. J.P. Morgan Chase, with convenient branches throughout Nassau and Suffolk counties to serve you. So whether it's a saving or a checking account, visit J.P. Morgan Chase. The right relationship is everything.
They changed the McNuggets, you know. Why change McNuggets? Who changed the McNuggets? I love McNuggets. McNuggets don't need to be changed. If you're gonna change something, change broccoli. Change is good.
McDonald's new Chicken McNuggets are now made with all white meat.
This is great.
Come on in. You'll love the change.
Ben hasn't changed.
Pro Star Athletics, in conjunction with the town of North Hempstead Department of Recreation, has created a unique sports program for boys and girls in grades 3 through 6 this summer. The program will offer Long Island youngsters a chance to participate in a series of fun and competitive sports clinics while developing their skill under the tutelage of well-known coaches. Clinics for boys in flag football, lacrosse, wrestling, and soccer. For girls, they can choose from soccer, lacrosse, and cheerleading. Programs will be headed by Al Butler, one of Long Island's best-known names in youth sports. And the programs will run from July 7th through August 23rd. For more information about Pro Star Athletics Summer Program, call 516-932-0724.
Back at Seward Stadium, Barry Landers along with Carrie Gluck and Alan Hodish. Congratulations to Farmingdale. The Dalers continue their role, the #1 team in the nation. Crush Shenendahoa. They will play West Jenny in a battle of undefeated teams for the state championship. West Jenny, the defending champion, and we may have that game for you right here on Telecare. But right now we're underway here. Catala swings the ball back outside. Santa Vica to Brown. Let's see what Dave Marr and his coaching staff have come up with in terms of good work out here by the short stick defender right there for Shoreham-Wading River. That's John King, number 37. Santa Vica on the crease, and the shot fired wide. They set it up beautifully, and missing in tight that time was number 25, Greg Gonzalez, a senior going to Keene College in New Hampshire. He has 15 goals on the year. Couldn't have done it any better. He's a good finish usually from that crease position.
Yeah, he really is, and he had a good look at the cage again, Barry. So far, I think the last 2 shots that Yorktown has had have really been excellently placed shots in terms of getting the open man and getting the good look. They just haven't finished on it.
Lenseth beat his defender, got in, and take the shot that goes wide. He had gotten a step on Dave Van Voigt that time.
And I like the way, but I think DeMarco played it very well. He really hugged the pipe very well, did not give a lot of room for the shot, covered that the far pipe well as with the body.
Don't forget, we've got another great coming your way as the Manhasset Indians will be going up against the Somers team, trying to give Long Island another team up in Syracuse in the state championships. Good job on Santa Vica right here, but he spins away, makes the feed on the crease. Oh, DeMarco with a beautiful save as he reacted quickly on the crease as there was a man standing right on the crease there that time, Matthias McCall.
That was an acrobatic save by DeMarco, and that was really huge. But unfortunately for the Wildcats, they get an interference call, and now the ball is back on in the Yorktown sticks, and they're back on defense.
Under a minute to go, so they've had the ball for the last 3 minutes. Right now they'll work it outside to Doug Brown. Santa Vica. Brown Watched by John King. 38 seconds to go. Let's see if they set up the crease here. Sandovica backs it out. He's got the long stick on him. Dave Van Voigt on him. Feet on the left wing side. Trying to turn and getting a shot off. Save made by DeMarco. And the rebound loose. And it is now opportunity. McCall had that shot stopped moments ago, number 9. 16 seconds to go. Here's Understein. Michael Understein. Doesn't have the numbers. He's 1 on 4 here. Now with 9 seconds to go. Coming around. Rolling. 6 seconds. Down to 5. Down to 3. Down to 2. As Warner drives the cage. And the first half comes to an end.
Great effort by Warner just as this half ends, and what a way to end it in a 3-3 tie with both these two teams just fighting it out right on the offensive end.
So that's the story at halftime. We invite you to stay tuned. Bert Cunningham, our good friend from Lipa, will be joining Greg Schultz as our halftime guest, and a lot more great lacrosse coming away from Hofstra on the Lipa Game of the Week, and it's all when we return to Hofstra Stadium in just a moment. Gary Gluck and Alan Hodish, who's done such a great job joining us for these last several games from the Long Island Metropolitan Lacrosse Foundation. And don't forget that the Jamboree at SUNY Farmingdale taking place next week, sponsored by Warrior Lacrosse, and all the kids from 8 to 20 will be out there. Thousands of kids. PAL, Select High School, and Team USA will all be competing there. It's a great day of lacrosse, and why not check it out when you're down there. Gentlemen, what do you look for, Kerry, in the second half?
Well, I look for certainly ball possession coming up with the face-offs right here. Shoreham starting a little bit different than when they did in the opening face-off of the game. But I think that's going to be very critical, and good shots taken against Vetter by Shoreham. That's going to be important.
In case you're just tuning in, Shoreham-Wading River fell behind 3-0 right off the opening face-off. A long polar Chris Sillis scored, and they led it 3-0. Shoreham finally came back, won a face-off, got a fast break going with Gonzalo winning a face-off. It scored a couple of goals, about 20 seconds or less apart, Kerry. 2 goals to get right back into the game, and now looking to take the lead for the first time in this game as Warner drives the cage, gives it to Michael Understein. We'll have some stats for you in a little while. Understein getting inside and scoring! Michael Understein has given Shoreham the lead.
Well, he was just persistent against the pole, Chris Sillis of Yorktown. Understein backing in and just getting that little inside roll. Sillis giving it a little bit too much on the upper hip and allowing Understein to make that inside roll move. Gives the Wildcats the first lead of the game for them.
You know, again, a nifty move. He moves so well, Understein does. And he looks for pressure. He looks for a body being up against him, and then he makes his move based upon that. And he just rolled right off and put it in the cage.
Well, he comes up with the ball. Good job on the face-off once again as they're starting to dominate. Gonzalo winning that face-off, and right now Michael Understein, who's had 2 goals in this game, 37 for the year, 9 for the playoffs. The all-county youngster, whose brother, of course, had a terrific season at Hofstra this last year. Michael getting inside again, and the ball broken up in front. But he's had that ability to beat his defender. Jerry comes up with that loose ball.
And again, he had the defender beat, Barry, with that little inside roll move. And he had a good look at the cage there, put the shot down low. Vetter making a nice save, but again, it was on the stick side.
Alan, one of the things you can't do in this sport, you can't hide. Yeah, if you have a weakness defensively and you've got a very quick player, you're going to go back and back. It's like in basketball sometimes if you have a mismatch.
Yeah, and I think Tommy Rotans realizes he's trying to work it from behind. He has his midfields up front, and here's a nice move.
Warner with a move, and Shoreham-Wading River comes out less than 2 minutes into this quarter, and they've opened up a 2-goal lead.
Well, they come out roaring to start this second half. Again, Warner does a nice little roll, gets himself in a good position, takes a shot with the left hand, puts that one on the off-stick side, and that made it an easier shot for him. But he's really playing very tough up top.
And Shoreham, I don't know, Tommy Rotans, what do you think he talked about in that locker room?
Well, I think he saw a couple of things. He's attacking from behind, and it's been basically an attack show. Warner, Unterstein, and Sheknowski have been the keys here.
Sandovica comes up with that ball, and Yorktown has given up 5 unanswered goals. Kerry, this is like deja vu when you go back to the game the other day, and of course a long way to go here in the second half, when Shoreham-Wading River came out big in that second half after a 3-3 halftime tie with Lindbrook.
Exactly. This is a duplicate game, Barry, as we're seeing a shot taken by number 20. That was Lensith. But again, I think Shoreham-Wading River doing a nice job on the attack, dominating it with the attack by their 3 attack players, as Alan pointed out. But very, very effective and aggressive play right now by the Wildcats.
And right now, Yorktown will put the ball in play. Both teams have made changes under threatening skies here. Hope you're enjoying the action.
I also think that the defense has picked it up a little too. You know, you have to keep in mind now that the Shoreham defense has held Yorktown scoreless for over a quarter now, and that's really effective defense.
Kerry, there's no question we were very impressed with that defense in the last 2 games that we saw Shoreham play against pretty good offensive teams in Comstock and Lynbrook. And right now, Yorktown, this young Yorktown team trying to trying to come around against the short stick. And DeMarco comes out. Might not have made the cage, but you see how aggressive he is, Alan.
Yeah, he played that very well, cross speed. Nice look, nice shot, and very well played off stick side. He came across very nicely, DeMarco, and that's why he is the goalie he is.
And right now, they'll reset here with Doug Brown, Kerry. But DeMarco's save, if Shoreham goes on to win this game, that remarkable acrobatic save late in that first half could be a real turning point as we watch Doug Brown dump off, but makes an errant pass as that ball will roll out of bounds.
Unforced error by Brown. He is a senior, it's a 2-year starter, but you know, you can't afford to throw the ball away because, again, as we saw earlier on in the game, Shoreham does a very good job possessing the ball on the attack, Barry. They're very patient and they take time off the clock. So every possession is now very important to these Cornhuskers.
And they don't turn the ball over, obviously, if they have backup if they shoot, and they take quality shots. And here's DeMarco, very active goalie. He says, hey, I'm playing up against an All-American. I want to show you what I can do. And you don't win 56 games and lose 3 as a starting goalie over 3 years without being pretty darn good.
And he is pretty good, as we've said. He is an all-county goalkeeper, and he's been great, I think, between the pipes. He's been very active, and the last save just shows you how quick he is in the goal.
He's good size, 6'1", 190, trying to feed Ferrara, who's been held without any points today. And here's Vetter. We told you he loves to come out of the cage. He's in trouble right now, but alertly the ball bounces to Settembrino. And Settembrino gets it downfield. Here's the little elusive Mr. Dooley. And Tommy Dooley is going to get bigger and stronger. They really think he's got a great future like his brothers.
Yeah, Barry, see how well they double Shoreham-Wading River. They do an incredible job, and you know, that's just an outstanding job of doubling.
Well, Tommy Rotan says quite a staff. Mike Delia does a great job as well.
Yep, he absolutely does. Mike is just a real genius on the offensive side, and Tommy is just a great defensive coach. He was a great defensive player when he played in high school and college.
Played for Ward Melville, that terrific program, Joe Cuso's program. And right now they throw the ball away, and we'll get substitutions on both sides. I want to thank our many sponsors today, of course, joining us, of course, throughout the year. Our good friends at LIPA, Bert Cunningham. Without LIPA's support, we would not be here. They have been with us the last 2 years, and J.P. Morgan Chase and good friends over there. And I want to thank them, Andy Parton, as well as Brian Dolan at the Long Island Railroad, and the rest of our sponsors. Dr. Jack Foley, Long Island Institute for Professional Studies. They were with us all year. Olympic Den. John Alardi does such a great job with his 2 stores in Franklin Square and Lake Ronkonkoma, and also involved with youth lacrosse as well. And now Lenseth trying to drive in. Defender pushed, but he got I guess, a little ward off there.
That's exactly right. A little ward. The official giving a downhand ward signal. Well, but it was definitely a good call by the official.
Well, Van Voigt went down to make sure the official would see that there was a foul.
Yes, and he got the ward. Ball is turned over.
And here they are right now with possession. Another goal could be very, very important here to open up a 3-goal lead because, as you pointed out, their defense has really been stiffened. And remember, they gave up in the playoffs just 3 to Comstock and 3 to Lynbrook, and have played very well defensively in the playoffs. Here's Jerry.
They have not given up more than 6 goals in the playoff, Barry. Six goals against Sayville, 5 against Rocky Point, and then, as you said, the 3 against Comstock and Lynbrook.
And Warner stuffed on that shot that deflected off the stick of Jerry. Warner getting it back. Warner the feed to Ferrara, and in tight Tony would like that one back.
Oh, he sure would, but his placement was very good. He put it to the off-stick side. I think he's just trying to be a little bit too fine on the shot and put it just wide. Good hustle by Vetta coming out of the cage, winning the ball over for the Cornhuskers.
Shoreham dominated shots 23-12 in that first half. Face-off 7-4. 6 saves for the Yorktown goalie Vetter and 4 saves for DeMarco in that first half. Ground ball, Shoreham had the edge 16-11. And that indicates the possession that they also had, Kerry.
Yeah, but it's interesting. 23 shots, but Vet only had to make 6 saves. So you're seeing either two things. Either they're rushing their shots and missing the cage, or they're getting pressure on the shots and missing the cage.
Lenseth threw it behind, up top, Santavica. He scores! Santavica with his second goal of the game. And his 32nd of the year makes it a 1-goal game.
Well, that was a real nice shot by Santavica. I think DeMarco would like to have that one back. I think he let that go between the legs as he was stepping forward to try and cut down the angle. But you give credit to where credit is due. That was a well-taken shot by Paul Santavica, the young sophomore who's going to have a great next couple of years with Dave Marr and Yorktown.
One of those Smurfs again, Kerry at 5'6", 145 pounds. Tremendous heart, plays football. His dad's the football coach. Here's Gonzala to Warner. So another big face-off win cleanly by Gonzala. Warner will take Settembrino behind. And right now, Shoreham, after getting 5 straight goals, has given up the 1 goal here. Here's Understein. Understein trying to feed on the crease to Shaknowski, and the pass goes awry. And Yorktown will get the ball back with 5:18 to go here in the third, trailing by 1.
One of the other statistics, Barry, that I wanted to point out was the ground balls. Both coaches believed that ground balls were going to be critical, especially the way both teams possessed the ball. And Shoreham is winning the ground ball war. In the first half, they got 16 ground balls to 11 for Yorktown. And that's critical in terms of the time of possession, and that's why Shoreham, they've dominated a little bit now on the face-offs and the ground balls, and that's why they're dominating time of possession.
Now under 5 minutes to go, Yorktown with the ball. Cornhuskers trailing by 1. Gonzalez to Brown. Here's Lenseth. Lenseth getting inside on his defender, draws the double feed across the cage. Picked up here, and the shot bounced wide from in tight by Kevin O'Connor, who plays as an extra midfielder, the senior, heading to Delaware, designated clearer. Not a big offensive threat, but does have a pretty good shot. He's number 32 out there. Here's Catala's been rather quiet, the big boy, playing against Gleason. McCall, who hasn't done a whole lot today, getting inside, gets the bounce shot. It's loose, and DeMarco comes up with it.
Well, again, I thought it was a good save by DeMarco coming up with that. Not a great shot offered by Yorktown. They could have really done a little bit more, I think, in terms of being patient with the offense.
Good job by Passatelli to clear. And here's Warner. So far in the game, Michael Understein with 2 goals, Shaknowski with 2, and Warner with 1. Brown, Silas have scored a couple of the goals, and Santavica has scored twice for Yorktown. Now they widen the field here in circle offense here, Kerry.
Yeah, they opened up the 2-2 into a wide 2-2, and now they cut down a little bit into a tighter 2-2.
Here's Jerry. Always notice him with that black sock, trying to force it to Ferrara, but the play now to Vetter. He'll look for the quick clear to Lenseth. And they got the fast break, chased by Ferrara. Lenseth trying to make the feed on the crease, trying to get it to Catala, and he threw it away.
Now, that was a good look to get it down to Catala, because Catala was open. But give credit, I think, to Ferrara, who really legged it down after taking that last shot. He really legged it down to give some pressure on the feed.
So once again, a clear here. And the little things, Alan, that often don't go in the box score, the clears, the ground balls, they're so important.
Yeah, and Shoreham does a good job. That time, Yorktown on the ride did not take the goalie out, and it appeared to be a little easier for Shoreham to clear the ball. Not that they've had much difficulty, but that one time they covered the goalie, it did throw him for a loop, and they got called for the delay.
Warner trying to feed across, and it was broken up by Vetter. Vetter, an alert goalie. Again, loves to come out of the cage, helps on the clear. And you have an active goalie like that, Kerry, it helps the defense so much, as they now will try to clear with Tim McCall.
I really like the way Vetter comes out of the cage. I think he does a nice job as we get a timeout. A good timeout called by Dave Mark, because the pole was getting pressured on the far side of the field.
Time out on the field. We'll be back with more from Hofstra right now. It's a good one as Shoreham leads Yorktown 5-4. Barry Landers along with Kerry Gluck, Alan Hodish from Long Island Metropolitan Lacrosse Foundation, and we talked about the foundation involved in so many different activities. The Greenport Shootout coming up in August, the very, very important World Trade Center Memorial at SUNY Farmingdale, the 9/11 Memorial that will honor the memory of so many great people involved with lacrosse who perished in the World Trade Center attack. And by the way, personalized inscribed brick pavers are available at a cost of $100. It's a great way to remember some of the great people in lacrosse. And you can get more information by contacting the gentleman seated to my right, Alan Hodish, and you can reach him at 516-222-1640. And Alan, another event that the foundation's involved in, the 13th annual Doc Schoenbaum Golf Classic to benefit the Calvary Hospital. Tell us about that. That's coming up as well.
Yes, under the leadership of our past president, Howie Borkin, we are having on August 18th, the Doc Schoenbaum Golf Classic. Benefits Calvary Memorial Hospital, and also one of the fine people we lost at the World Trade Center. That's the David Lease Memorial Fund. Those that are interested can contact Howie at 212-406-1717. And this year it'll be at the gorgeous Tam O'Shanter golf course. $15,000 was donated last year to those two events.
Okay. Thanks very much, Alan. Right now, Brown gets it outside. Lenseth got inside, hits the side of the net, and it's recovered right now by King. John King on the defensive midfield, trying to clear it upfield, and here out of the net, and trying to get up the offense going. Once again, the very active Vetter got it to Brown. So momentum seems to have swung back a little bit to the youngsters from Westchester, Kerry, after that goal.
Well, yeah, they really have had a little bit more possession time, Barry, and I think that's been critical and important in this third quarter.
Right now, Brown drew a double. Brown in trouble, fights through that double with a nice split. Up top, they find the open man, and Sandovica, with his third goal of the afternoon, has tied it at 5.
Well, I think the key was being able to split the double as it came, and I believe I can't identify who it was that did that, but certainly Sandovica was open because it was his man came over to double, and it was alert play to get it over to Sandovica, and Sandovica took a great shot on DeMarco, and then we're tied up at 5, just coming to the end of this third period.
1:44 to go, and Sandovica, little guy we mentioned, 5'6", is a Dodger, tremendous heart, great change of direction, showing a pretty good shot. He's been hot lately in the playoffs, and now key possession for Shoreham. They'd like to regain that lead. We were tied at the half at 3-3. They trailed early in the game 3-0. And right now, Shoreham with possession. They've been able to drive the cage and they're taking Michael Understein, who's done well. He's got a short stick on him. He's got Lenseth on him. Understein backing, looking. Goal line extended. Now to Warner. And Jerry thought about it. Back to Warner. Warner playing against Sean Myers, number 30. Ball out toward the end line and picked up by Warner. Warner will be going to Tufts. That's really going to help a fine program that's really on the verge of being one of the top Division III schools. 49 seconds to go here in the third carry. They'd like to hold it for the perhaps last shot. Ferrara hasn't gotten that hard shot off too much today. Whips it wide, and they'll still have possession with 39 seconds to go.
And Ferrara's been very quiet in this game so far, Barry. The All-American at the midfield, I think, is going to have to step up his game a little bit. They've contained him well. I don't know if they can contain him for the whole game. And he's a big-time player. Look at Vetter, how quick he is out of the cage, anticipates well, and gets him so actively involved in the clear with that left hand, looks far side. Look at that pass right on the stick. And transition for Yorktown.
Ryan O'Connor caught that pass, and here's Lenseth. 15 seconds to go. They'll try to get the last shot of this third quarter. Sandovica comes racing onto the field along with Doug Brown. Lenseth waiting for his line mates to come on. Here's Sandovica will take it to the cage, bounce it wide with 3 seconds showing on the clock, Alan.
Yeah, smart play, 3 seconds to go. He's had the hot hand and aggressive shot, aggressive move.
Feed on the crease, and Sandovica trying to get to it, picked off. And that will do it as Rick Hancock picked it off.
As expected, we have got a close one. It's been a long time since we've had a close game to call, Gary. 5-5 is our score, the winner to advance to Syracuse. And the road to Syracuse starts right here on Hempstead Turnpike. We'll be back with more right after these messages on the LIPA Game of the Week.
Hey, kids! Be electric smart. Take these lessons through your heart. Be smart! If your feet are wet, it's a pretty safe bet. You don't want to use your hair dryer. Be smart! If you overload your outlets with too many plugs, watch out, because you're going to start a fire. Be smart! Keep kites away from overhead wires.
Never touch a line when it's on the ground.
Be smart! Don't ever touch metal to the thunderstorm cells. These tips will keep you safe and sound. Make safety first, every day. Say LIPA!
Today's game is brought to you by J.P. Morgan Chase, proud sponsor of high school sports on Telecare. J.P. Morgan Chase, with convenient branches throughout Nassau and Suffolk counties to serve you. So whether it's a saving or a checking account, visit J.P. Morgan Chase. The right relationship is everything. We're back at Hofstra, 12 more minutes or perhaps more with this 5-5 score. Shoreham-Wading River, the defending C champs, going up against Yorktown, the perennial power. And Kerry, how about some quick numbers after 3 quarters?
Well, you know what? After 3 quarters, the face-offs are starting to be controlled by Shoreham, and Conzella winning 9 out of the 13. Illegal procedure call against Yorktown, another possession here for Shoreham. And the other statistic that is important is the fact that Yorktown has closed down on the number of ground ball lead that Shoreham had. It's now 19-15, and I think that is reflected in the fact that Yorktown closed the score to tie it because they were trailing by 2. They've won the ground balls in that last quarter, and now they have tied it up, as we see the unforced error committed by Shoreham.
Tony Farrar throwing that ball away, and here is the very active Vetter, getting it cleared upfield to Lenseth. Lenseth is one of their go-to guys, 41 goals, Kerry, and they like to get the ball in his hands late in the game. Here's Doug Brown, who's had 20 goals. He's a senior hustler. Brown picked up on the short stick of Dale Passatelli, who plays defensive midfield. Brown looking. Gleason now will pick up Catala. McCall, who's been very quiet, have not mentioned as much today. Hancock has been playing him. And Lenseth gets the shot. DeMarco knocked it down, used his body. And DeMarco looking for an outlet on the clear. Tough pass. King made a nice catch there. And now they'll look to set it up with Shaknowski.
Great outlet, I thought, by DeMarco. He put that pass right on the money, Barry, getting the Wildcats right into transition as he found King breaking after that nice save that DeMarco made at the other end.
All right. The Shoreham team fell behind 3-0, led 5-3, 5 unanswered goals. Now the sun could be a factor in catching the passes here because you could see part of the field's in the sun, and it is a very difficult sun as now Warner will work the ball down. So trying to catch the ball looking into that sun could be a factor. The sun is on the west. Here's Ferrara getting the catch and the score.
Well, I think he caught better there. And again, we said Ferrara's been rather quiet. He's going to have to step up, as all good players do in the big games. And Ferrara comes up, I think, with his first goal, Barry, as he took that shot well high against Vetter.
62nd goal of the year, perhaps the biggest one of the year for him.
Yeah, that's a big goal on Lox's tie. Good look. Nice cut again. The Yorktown kid turned his head, and he was smart enough to make the cut and put in a good shot.
All right, Conzella on the face-off again with this time Santavica falling down. The ball rolling back toward midfield, and hustling to get it is McCall, but the ball will go back over right now on a procedure call to Shoreham-Wading River Allen.
Yeah, I don't think it was possession, and the Yorktown youngster came out of the box, and so the ball goes over to the Wildcats.
So right now, Shoreham with a regaining of the lead. Will put the ball in play here. Michael Understein, who's had a couple of huge goals, tough and strong, can do it all. Again, part of the twin package that they have with Kevin and Michael. Here's Warner. Up top to Jerry. Jerry's got the short stick on him that time. Played by Sean Myers. And now Farrar, who's got the long pole. He was being defended there by big number 12. Showing some patience again here, Jerry. Understein. Coming around against Sillis.
Now Warner to Jerry. Here, thinking about it was Kevin Understein, Kerry.
Giving a little stick fake there, and Lenseth getting ready to duck off the shot, but Unterstein held up with the shot, and they still possess. He took the short stick behind the cage now. They like to work behind the cage.
Here's Warner, got the defender hung up that time. Now here comes the goalie trying to get active against him. You saw that time Settebrino was hung up, and what a goal by Warner as he comes around and scores, and Shoreham now opens up a 2-goal lead.
Well, I like the way Warner baited Vetter back behind the cage. Vetter is very active. He came out behind the cage to try and play Warner, and as he did so, Warner went the opposite way. Vetter, I don't think, was able to recover and get himself into the good position that he had earlier on.
You know, again, Shoreham keeps his spacing. The guys pulled out of there, gave him the one-on-one opportunity. Remember, last goal, that when they went to double, Ferrara was able to get open. So here, they were conscious of that, and he just kind of walked in off a good move, Warner did.
Warner having a terrific playoff now, 49 goals, Kerry, and that's a 2-goal lead. Shoreham has regained that 2-goal lead that they had 5-3 in the third quarter. Santavica, who has been very, very impressive today. He's out there right now. And Santavica working against number 10, John Canzella. So Canzella couldn't go off there, Kerry, and he's not one of those field players, and they're trying to take advantage of it right here.
Well, they should, Barry. You're exactly correct. Having won the faceoff, kept Canzella on the field, and I'm surprised, aren't looking to attack Canzella with the short stick.
He had knee surgery, made all county because of his dominant play, Kerry, as a face-off man. Now Brown looking to back it out.
Well, he is certainly one of the dominating face-off men in the county, and well deserves to be on that all-county team. He is very, very important as the senior going over to Cornell this next fall. So he is dominating and deserves the all-county honors.
Jeff Tambroni getting some good players, and Lenseth rifles that one up high, and it's back to a 1-goal game.
Well, he's got a hard shot. We said that before, Barry, and he likes to stay up top, and he lets it rip as he just fires that one off stick on DeMarco, and that was just a great shot.
1-goal game, Alan.
Yeah, great shot. They went to the 1-4, did Yorktown, and Santavica again drew people because he's been scoring and left Lenseth open, and the young man going to Navy prep, put a rifle one in there. Richie Meade at Navy's going to be getting a good one.
Well, he can carry a team. Has done it in the playoffs, Rob. That exploding shot, big face-up, Gonzalo and Santavica. Ball raked now to Understein, and Kevin Understein with the ball as he chased by Ryan O'Connor. It's 7:35 to go, and you get the feeling, Kerry, it's going to come down to maybe the last possession of the game here.
I was just going to say, this is going to be a last possession game. The team with the ball at the end could be the team that's going to win this game.
Shoreham hasn't had many of these kind of games, Kerry. They've dominated their opponents. And likewise, Yorktown, their closest game came against Horace Greeley, 10-6 in the sectional. They come off a 16-1 win over Glens Falls. Ferrara, nice feed, but getting checked was Warner that time as he couldn't get the shot off.
Well, he tried to make a move, go inside on the defender, wasn't able to really get a good look and good shot off.
Good hustle by Ferrara to get back and help dislodge that ball and force the ball to be turned over.
Yeah, great ride, and again, good hustle, and the ball's coming back to the Wildcats.
So the Wildcats of Shoreham-Wading River will put the ball in play. Tommy Rotans, in his 9th year, 107 wins and 55 losses. They were 1-15, started the program out there.
Well, he really has done an outstanding, excellent job in building this program. And, you know, he's been very patient. He started these kids when they were young. He worked with them, and that's what patience will do for you. You know, it'll bring about a program that has experiences a lot of success.
And Warner was trying to hustle for that ball. And it's going to go back over right now as we get a discussion on the sideline. Both teams making changes as Lenseth, who got the big goal to make it a 1-goal game, back to the goalie Ethan Vetter, who's a fine soccer player as well. And you could see that carrying his ability in the open field. Talked about his speed, and now they turn the ball back over.
Well, it seems to be a little turnover over turnover here, and offsides being the call against Yorktown. Unforced area, you don't want to make that mistake with only 6.5 minutes to go in the game when you're trailing by a goal.
Van Voigt will bring it down, the junior. Now to Warner. Warner will take Settebrino behind. Now to Ferrara. I think they'll try to get Ferrara more involved, Kerry, because you got that hard shot that he has. You don't mind working it outside and setting him up a little bit.
And he has a hard shot, Barry. But and he hasn't been all that involved in the play. You got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They've done a good job on him. Ryan O'Connor has been playing a lot of defense on Ferrara.
Well, here's Understein taking the short stick behind. He's got number 30. He's done a good job. Sean Myers, the defensive mid. Here's Ferrara getting the shot up, but Allen put it right into the stick of Vetter, who makes a nice outlet, but a little too far.
Yeah, I'd like to see him take the lefty shot there. Probably had a better opportunity with the lefty. Switched hands and kind of lost his angle.
And Santa Vica will get it across, but we get a timeout taken by Dave Marr in a one-goal game. Yorktown trails Shoreham-Wading River 7-6. We'll return to Hofstra in just a moment.
They changed the McNuggets, you know. Why change the McNuggets? Who changed the McNuggets? I love McNuggets. McNuggets don't need to be changed. If you're gonna change something, change broccoli. Change is good.
McDonald's new Chicken McNuggets are now made with all white meat.
Great.
Come on in. You'll love the change.
Ben hasn't changed.
Sprains, strains, tendonitis, back pain. At Plainview Physical Therapy, their experienced staff of rehabilitation professionals are able to evaluate and treat your orthopedic problems. They use state-of-the-art equipment and techniques which will get you back on your feet or court as quickly as possible. Plainview Physical Therapy participates in most insurance plans and has convenient hours, including evenings and Saturdays. Call them at 516-935-1958. That's 516-935-1958. Plainview Physical Therapy. They care for you.
And we're back at Hofstra. Barry Landers along with Kerry Gluck and Alan Hodish of the Lacrosse Foundation. And Alan, a big event coming up. We're seeing some great play out here in August at Greenport, the shootout at Greenport High School. And if you want to get involved, tell us how maybe some of the clubs or youth clubs and Masters teams could get involved.
Yeah, gorgeous area, Greenport High School, and currently accepting applications. Youth club, Masters teams. For further information, Jim Howell is the guy to contact. I'll give you that information. Contact him at jhowell@limetrolax.org.
Well, Santa Vica denied right there. Kerry a chance to tie it, as right now they work it inside. Pass off his stick. Linseth's path a little behind him, and it's recovered by Santa Vica. He's had the hot hand, Santa Vica, and right now being tightly checked by Van Voigt. 4:50 to go. Shoreham clinging to a one-goal lead. Bob Catala will be going to, as a senior, going to Bentley to play basketball. He's a 6'3" kid, working it behind. Bentley trying to use his strength there. Now dumps it off quickly. McCall feet on the crease and a quick stick shot, but too high that time by Santa Vica.
Well, it was a good little move there. I like the way Catala dumped it off behind the cage to McCall, who looked up top of Santa Vica when he got doubled up. Liam Gleason came over, and I thought left the door open for McCall.
That time Catala challenged by DeMarco, knocked it down. DeMarco, like a hockey goalie, uses all of his body out here. Linseth cut off, double teamed, still retains possession. Up to Doug Brown. Brown on King, gets in, shot blocked. And as it goes closest to the end line, it's back up right there, and it'll be put in play by Catala. 4:07 to go. Yorktown with the ball, trailing by 1. Trying to dump it on the crease for Santa Vica, and again, DeMarco coming way out. Gets back in goal, they feed it, and he gets beat. Great play, as cutting down was Dooley in front. But what a play that time by Santa Vica behind.
Well, it was very heads-up alert play by Santa Vica, because he saw that DeMarco was out of the cage, and all he had to do was find an opening up top for the shot, and it was going to be a goal. Dooley does a nice job cutting through the cage, giving him that pass, and that does tie it up with under 4 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, two young sophomores making it happen here at critical time. Just 3:55 left. The sophomore Dooley finishing from Santa Vica, the other sophomore.
We told you this is a young club, but right now they're in the fire. 7-7 is our score.
Well, that was Dooley's first goal, his 15th of the playoff, Barry. He's been really held pretty quiet early on, but again, the face-off being won by the Wildcats.
Here's Kevin Understein with it. They'll settle now as Jerry comes on in a 7-7 game. So twice Shoreham has had 2-goal leads, and Yorktown has come back to tie it. Possessions now become very critical as we're under 3.5 minutes to go. Right now, Understein works it behind. Here's Warner. Up top to Jerry. Jerry played by the short stick. Myers had picked him up, number 30. Jerry can shoot from the outside. He's got 21 goals, including one today. Warner. Up to Jerry. Had a little room there. Here's Farrar with room. Takes the shot, and low, hard shot, but a good save by Vetter as he outlets here.
Farrar did take a good shot there. Vetter did an excellent job coming over, getting his body, because I think the shot was well placed off the off-stick side of Vetter, but he played it excellently.
So right now they've got the possession here as Dooley recovers, the kid who tied it. Dooley works it behind, 2:40 to go and counting. Now to Catala.
It's really interesting to note now that Yorktown does not have any timeouts left, Barry. They cannot stop the clock to set up any kind of play. The coaching staff trying to call out a play, but with no timeouts left for them, they're going to have to rely on the kids either to understand and know the situation or rely on Shoreham to stop it with a timeout.
Catala lost the ball, and here is Gleason. He's got to get the ball out of the box there. Gleason will carry it up. Good job by Liam Gleason. And we get a timeout taken that time. They had a break going right there, but be that as it may, they might have had a clear path to the goal. We have got 2:10 to go in a 7-7 game. You're watching exciting championship high school lacrosse exclusively on Telecare. Athletes are to advance to Syracuse to play in the Class B state championship. Well, Yorktown's been there several times before, many more times than Shoreham-Wading River, who won the Class C championship right here on this field last year. What do you look for right here, right now, as Warner will bring the ball in?
That's what I look for. I look for the ball going behind, getting the spacing. They have great success coming from behind, either up a dump or the individual moving. Warner looks to break free, but I would look to see him take the ball behind.
Warner feeds Shaknowski, and he put it right on the cross that time of the goalie. Great setup by Warner. Shaknowski has been a great finisher in the last few games. Would like that opportunity back. Remember, they have no timeouts now. Yorktown has one. Ferrara forces a loose ball there. They scramble for the ball, and it goes over to Shoreham-Wading River.
Well, I'll tell you what, Barry, I think Vetter just robbed Shaknowski down at that other end of the field. So I think Shaknowski got a great look. He was putting it on the off-stick side, and Vetter just stole that ball away from him.
Well, that's what an All-American goalie will do. And another possession here. And now let's see if they hold for one here. 1.5 minutes to go. And here's Kevin Understein. What do you think, Kerry? Will they hold for one?
That's a lot of time with this defense for 1.5 minutes. But I think you're going to look to see Ferrara to get involved in the play a little bit more because he is the All-American. They're looking to step up. Right, he'll look to step up right here. They opened up the field a little bit. They get into a wide 2-2. Maybe they can take away some backup on that, and now they close it down a little bit, and they'll go from behind the cage. Warner giving it over to Unterstein.
Understein with under 1 minute to go. He's had a good game so far, working on the defender O'Connor. Now down to 50 seconds to go. Understein drew the double, tried to feed Shaknowski, rolled off his stick, and recovered alertly by Warner. Back to Jerry. Here's Farrar. He'll take the shot, put it right into the cross that time of Vetter. 33 seconds to go. Remember, no timeout left here. So they've got to get the ball across here, and under some pressure, the loose ball, Warner will pick it up. Warner, oh, he had an empty net, and Vetter picked it off. Cheap clears it, intercepted by Understein. 15 seconds to go. Understein to his brother, Michael, looking. Now down to 10 seconds to go. Shaknowski is checked, no flag. Play continues, 6 seconds, 5. It's picked up, and back here's Vetter throwing it downfield. And this one will bounce down as we go to overtime.
What an exciting ending for this game, Barry, going into the overtime. Vetter way out of his cage, and 2 possible opportunities for the Wildcats with the open net were not able to converge and put it away.
Yeah, what can you say? I think Warner probably, would want to have that one back, maybe a stick fake, but hey, you get to that time, all the emotions running, just a great game, and it's the way it should end.
7-7, we head to overtime, and right now we'll return in this exciting game right after these messages. You're watching the LIPA Game of the Week. At Hofstra, Barry Landers, along with Kerry Gluck and Alan Hodish. Alan, for the folks not familiar with overtime, explain how it works in lacrosse.
Yeah, this is sudden victory. You play a 4-minute, should nobody score, 4 minutes, and then we'll go to a second 4-minute period, and then after that it is just straight overtime.
So here we go right now. And of course, we await the resumption of play here. And our officials have done a great job in this game. They haven't called many penalties. And this will be a huge face-off coming here. Gonzella and Santa Vica. And Gonzella has won more than his share of face-offs here today. He's been dominant. Big crowd on hand just below us, on their feet. Off the draw, the ball raked back. Dangerous perhaps here, and it's picked up for Catala. Now to big Mr. Rob Lenswood. Lents it. Now it'll go to Santa Vica. Santa Vica with it to Catala. Catala has the much smaller number 5, Mike Utterstein, on him there. See if he would have taken advantage of that and try to maybe drive the cage with him.
Yeah, I thought it might be a good idea there.
Santa Vica off to Lenson. Lenson will take the shot and score! And Yorktown has won it with a dramatic 8-7 victory on Lenson's goal, denying Shoreham-Wading River a second state championship.
Defensively, they looked to double. The doubler opened up the opportunity for Yorktown, and they took advantage. It was a great shot. He put it up high, and you can't take credit away from Yorktown. Shoreham played an excellent game. They went for the double. They went for it on that, and it was just a finishing shot by Yorktown that wins it.
What an effort by Yorktown. They were down 7-5. Kerry came back. It was Vedder who saved a possible game-ending goal late in the 4th quarter as he picked off a pass. He was out of the net, and Ferraro and Warner had opportunities, and it didn't take long, just 40 seconds into the overtime as they come up with the victory. And Yorktown's won some great games on this field over the course of their years, none bigger in recent history than this one.
Well, you know what we said, the team with the possession at the end of the game was going to win it. Yorktown had the possession, took advantage of it, and that really will be the story, possession.
Alan, it was a great game, and give credit to Yorktown. They end the winning streak of Shoreham-Wading River and send them home.
Yeah, it was a heavyweight battle. Yorktown struck quick and decisively, 3-0. Shoreham-Wading River battled back, went ahead. You thought they had the upper hand, and Yorktown came right back. And as they say, the cliche, it's tough. Somebody had to lose this game, but every bit of emotion for both teams, both coaching staffs, was left right on this field.
So Yorktown, which has won 5 New York State championships back in 84, 89, 91, 92, 93, when they had that great run, lost 4 other times, Kerry. Now will have their 10th opportunity to win a state title up in Syracuse in the Class B championship.
Well, it's been a long time coming for Yorktown. As you said, they went back, go back to 93 when they beat Irondequoit 9-6. They worked hard. They played with a lot of poise. Shoreham played also an equally impressive game today. And, someone's got to go home as a winner. And unfortunately, both teams can't be playing for the state title. But it's a well-earned victory for the Yorktown Cornhuskers.
All right, we'll be back to wrap it up. Greg Schultz back to chat with the winning stars of today's game and a happy first-year coach, Dave Marr. What an opening year as a coach. He takes his team to the state championship. The Cornhuskers now 18-2.
Hey, kids! Be electric smart. Take these lessons through your heart. Be smart. If your feet are wet, it's a pretty...
Back here at Hofstra University after a thrilling Class B state semifinal game. Overtime was needed to decide this one. 8-7 Yorktown Huskers on their way up to Syracuse. I'm here with Coach Marr. Through the stars of the game, goaltender Ethan Vetter headed on to Cornell, and Rob Lensworth, who's the senior on this team, who scored the game winner. Let's start with you, Ethan. Some great saves in this game. Impressed me the most, I was watching you clear the ball. You got great speed out there. Talk about what this victory means for your team.
Oh, this is just simply incredible. We haven't gotten to the state finals since in 10 years. And we need to get to the next round, so we finally broke the curse. And now we get to prove ourselves up in states.
How about the intensity of this game? You guys jump out 3-0. They answer back with 5 goals, back and forth and win.
This game, intense, really describes it. Our team was fired up the entire time. We never let up. When they went on that 5-goal run, we just picked ourselves up. Offense put in a few great goals. Stay him up here. And we got the job done. Defense was awesome. We tightened it up on the crease, made him shoot from the outside. So we just picked up after that, and it was the intensity and the hustle that got us to this level and got us to this game.
Geez, after a game like that, you still got the energy, to come over here and talk like that. Rob, talk about the game-winning goal. Santa Vica fed you. Great shot, placement in the corner. That's a great goal. Talk about the game winner.
I didn't really place it at all. I was just looking to shoot and score, and wherever it goes, it's in the goal. So it's all that matters.
How's it for you being a senior on a young team? The two of you guys come out here and get this victory down here in kind of a home field for Shoreham-Wading River.
Oh, you can't talk about it that much. Ethan played an incredible game. Our seniors stepped it up. Ryan O'Connor played incredible. So it's just amazing. Great job.
Both you guys, congratulations. Coach, how are we doing over here? Huh? That was a barn burner there in the end.
Yeah, it was a little tough. Thank God I'm still a little bit young. The heart's still pumping pretty good, but yeah, it was a tremendous effort by our kids and their kids. I mean, they're a tremendous team. They're a champion. They played like champions today. And our team just, tried to match their intensity and really showed a lot of heart coming back from, they made a run, they got up on us, and we put in a couple goals. And, at the end there, you just hopefully get the ball and hopefully, you can score one. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, this was a game of momentum shifts back and forth, 3-0. You guys are up. They score 5 in a row. How was it going back and forth like that? Really, one team couldn't establish a momentum for that long, though.
Right. It was, a lot of times you get 2 good teams together like that. It happens that way. We just gotta, you gotta take it 1 goal at a time, and then if they score, you gotta come back to the face-off the same way if you score. You gotta just keep it focused and keep what you're doing all year, and hopefully you'll come out on your side.
Well, great play by the seniors. Talk about, before I let you go, Paul Santa Vica, who we didn't have here. I know you're getting out to celebrate with your kids. Big face-off in the end, 3 goals, couple assists.
Yeah, he's a tremendous player. It's brings a smile to my face because he'll be back for the next 2 years. He's a tremendous athlete. He's got tremendous heart. Works all year for this. I mean, he's been working all his life for this, and it's just great to see him contribute that way. Definitely.
Okay, Coach, enjoy this one, and good trip back up to Syracuse. Good luck to you guys. Yorktown Huskers, they're champions, heading up now to Syracuse for a chance at state championship. Final score here in overtime, it's 8-7. More coming up here at Stewart Stadium at Hofstra University.
The MTA Long Island Railroad has been part of Long Island's landscape.
Barry Landers along with Kerry Gluck and Alan Hodish as the Cornhuskers are celebrating still down on the field. They will head to Syracuse, Kerry, after opening up an early 3-0 lead. You saw Shoreham came back, took a 5-3 lead. Then after it was tied at 5, they took a 7-5 lead. York Cornhuskers came back the final 3 goals to win it by a score of 8-7.
Well, both teams showed really a lot of poise, Barry. Both teams played offense for possession. They tried to hold the ball for good shots. I gotta think that the MVPs in this game I would give to both of the goalkeepers. I think Vetter was critically important and really made some excellent saves. DeMarco on the other side did an equally as good a job in keeping this game tight for the Wildcats. And both teams are to be commended on an outstanding game. We knew it was going to be close, and it turned out just as we thought, an overtime victory.
What can you say? High school lacrosse at its best, championship lacrosse at its best. Everybody gave their all. Can't ask for a better game.
All right, indeed a great game. Thanks to Kerry Gluck, Alan Hodish, and the rest of our crew, Greg Schultz, and we hope you've enjoyed it. We've got more great high school lacrosse coming your way. So from all of us, Barry Landers saying so long, everybody. Thanks for watching exciting championship lacrosse here on Telecare.